Hello and welcome to the Model Railway Files. This episode, as you'll soon by the title, is part 2 of the very large station project. And as you can see by what you've seen before you, I've done quite a bit since last time. So I've finished the rest of the doors, and I've also started to work out what paint I'm going to use on the floor, because I want to make it really realistic inside, and so I want to paint it to make it look like wood. So I'm going to be adding a lot of detail. So let's get on with the video. Right, now the paint I'm using is a Tamiya paint. It's called Red Brown. Yes, there we go. XF64 Red Brown. It's quite a good paint actually. I've used it before for wooden flooring, like in my signal box, which is another video that's on my channel. Yeah, firstly, to make this floor, I need to fold it in half and glue it. Just a bit of glue. Here, 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 and a bit here. Just wipe that a bit round. And there we go. And this is the top side, so this is the side I'll be painting. I'll be using a fairly large brush, larger than the one I used to detail the edges of the doors and windows. Got a good paint this, nothing shows up through it really. After I've painted this, once it's dried, I'll draw lines on it to give the effect of wooden boards. That's what I did with my signal box as well, just to give it a bit more realism. In one of the upcoming episodes, I'll also be doing a bit of kit bashing in this part of the building actually, in the A section of the building. And I'll be trying to make a booking office by kit bashing another Metcalfe kit into the inside of it. So I want to make this building look as realistic as possible for the layout. Good thing about this paint is it also dries quite quickly, because that's already dry. Nearly there now. Doesn't really matter if you get the paint on these bits because they'll be covered anyway. There we go. And that is done. So while that's drying, I'll pause the video and you'll be able to see it afterwards when it's dry. Right, this is now basically dry, because you can go like that and nothing really comes up. So now I need to draw the lines on it to look like wooden floorboards. You don't need anything special for this. All I'm using is just a ordinary biro pen. It's pretty simple what you do. Just get something with a straight edge and simply go like that. Like that. As you go across, it does start to look quite realistic. And once you've done all these lines across, you can start doing random ones on each point to make them look really realistic. They don't have to all be the same width as well, because a building at this age will have been built in the 1800 and somethings. So it wouldn't necessarily be a very even building. In this building I'm also, not in this part of the building, but in another part of the building, I'm also going to be putting a cafe in. with actual chairs and tables and people and everything, which I think will look really good once it's lit and when it's used as a station. And there we have it, floorboards. And quite good if I do say so myself. Now what you can do, if you want to, is to add a bit of watercolour over the top. I'm just using these same paints as last time if you've seen that video. Add a bit of watercolour over the top and that just will dim them down a bit. Stop them looking so shiny from the pen. If you look, that's giving them a really good effect. What's also good about watercolour is you can make it different shades, because not all wood in a station building like this will be exactly the same colour. There may have been repairs, and so you can make it darker or lighter to make it look a lot more realistic. And there we have it. One station floor, well, the interior station floor. And that's pretty much dry already, look. But that is now ready, well, what it will be once it's dry, to go inside of this, which will go together like this. This I've already sorted on the corners, as I showed you in the last video, if you've seen it, of course. And this floor just fits into it. As simply as that. There's even a little gap there for that little bit. Just like that. And as you can see, that floor looks really good inside it. But while that's drying properly, I need to pause the video. Right, so the next step is quite a big step, because now what we've got to do is to build the main structure by attaching the walls to the floor rather. That will look really good, I should think. But what I need to do before that is actually paint these walls, because of course I want it to look really realistic. So as you have seen last time, I've got this almond paint from Wix. It's just a little tester pot. And all you need to do for that is just spread it on, really. I wouldn't use that brush though, because it's a bit big. Use a little one of this size, I'd say. Video here because you don't really need to see me painting the rest of it, because you can see me doing it now, so I'm not going to bore you watching paint dry. Right, this door here is now ready, and I've now watercoloured it after I've drawn on it to make it look more realistic, like with what I did with the flooring. So once that's dry, we'll be able to fix onto here. But while that's drying, what's next on the instructions is to stick these tiny windows, these and this one, onto these gaps here, for which you'll need a tiny bit of glue, because you don't want it to go on the window itself. So I'll try and put it right on the edges. Like that. Maybe give it a wipe to make sure none of it goes in the window itself. There we go. Then very carefully place it on, and then what we need to do is line it. There we go. That's one of them done. I don't need to show you the other one, because that should be alright now. Meanwhile though, this door is pretty much done. Right, that door is now stuck on with a tiny bit of glue, of course. And that brings us to the end of this video. So thank you for watching. And in the next video I shall be carrying on by making the building whole. Making it to actually start looking like a station building. Maybe adding a bit of detail as well. So I'll see you then. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and please check out our Facebook pages. Goodbye.